Hello world.
Hi.
I'm Allie.
I'm Amy.
And we have lost our needles. We are lost our needles.
We are lost our needles. And occasionally we do lose our needles.
Yeah. So.
Thank you for coming back and joining us. If you've been with us before, if this is your first time for watching, thank you. We appreciate you taking the time to spend a little bit of your day with us.
Yeah. This is our channel predominantly about cross stitch. And a little bit about life.
Yeah, life and a little bit of other crafting and bragging on my daughter, her sister occasionally.
Yeah. So, Mom, what is new?
Nothing really new. My sister and brother-in-law fly in tomorrow from Florida to spend a week with us here. And of course, we're hitting 100 degrees while they're here. But
that just means pool time.
Pool time for me. But that's good. And then my sister and I, my brother-in-law will fly back and go back to work. But then my sister and I will get to spend another week together. We're flying, as I mentioned before, we're flying over to Hawaii. Her youngest is stationed there in Hawaii. And we're going to go spend a week and get to spend a few days with him and see how he's all settling in and get to do some swimming and exploring.
Oh, so, darn, you're going to Hawaii.
I know, life's rough, but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, two of my coworkers, one is going to Italy this summer and one is going to Jamaica. And
I'll take Italy.
We're talking about our summers and I'm like, I'm going to Kansas City.
You're going to Flagstaff?
Woo!
My son was stationed in Hawaii for his first tour.
I did get to go there then.
Yeah, and so I've been there before, and anyway, Drew and I went, and we were able to see him out there and got to explore quite a bit. I'm excited to go back. We're staying really close to the ocean, so I'm hoping to get to do some snorkeling and get to see John, and more importantly, just be able to spend some good time with my sister. We don't get to do it very often, living so far apart like we do, but it'll be nice. I'm excited.
It'll be nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
So I'm in fourth quarter.
One more week to go.
Yeah. Teachers, there's just something different about the fourth quarter. I cannot put my finger on it, but every fourth quarter I get hit with like massive fatigue and borderline migraines.
You've got allergies, and it's bad time for allergies here in Arizona.
So,
right now.
But fatigue and all of that aside, like it's just been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of school lately. We had an award ceremony this past Wednesday, and I just love getting to see the kids and celebrate them. And today was the seniors' last day. And so they did like the paper toss at the end.
Yeah.
And they had the pranks last night. So you got to see that coming in. And then we got to like pray for the seniors of FCA. Actually one of them who I had as a freshman in AP World, he wrote me a really sweet note saying something about like, I'm the best example of faith that he could hope to see at school.
And I can't believe you've already been teaching there
4
long
years
enough to see your freshmen graduate.
Yeah, so like just a really couple, I got a fake rose from another student who I had as a freshman.
Yeah.
Saying I was the teacher that had the biggest impact on her.
Aw, so sweet. That's when you know you're
so like
that you're
I'm not trying to brag. That's not, but it's been a really sweet time. And teachers, that a lot of times it feels
thankless.
Like you're just doing this without any thanks. And I was definitely in that place a week or two ago. And since then I have just been, I'm a verbal acknowledgement kind of person. And I'm getting that verbal acknowledgement in a way that I have not had in a while. And it's been really nice. So to all you seniors out there, like good luck.
Tell your teachers thank you.
Congratulations. But like, teachers out there, whether you're hearing it from your students, like thank you for everything that you're doing for your kids.
Yes.
So yeah, not a lot of stitching, but some. I've gotten some good stuff done.
Yeah. All
so
right.
We are going to do our giveaway from our last video. So on the last video, we showed you guys this, "You Are My Sunshine," and the keyword in the comments was sunshine. I just want to go to this place on vacation, Mom.
I'm going there. Not that I'm rubbing it in or anything.
I just
the beach
want
is my happy
day to
place.
sleep. and
just
stitch.
one more week, you're gonna have some time.
And I know for all of you that like aren't teachers, you're like saying to me like, a lot of us never get a break. And I hear you, God bless you. I am very blessed to have a summer break. I know that.
But you're
It's
also
not even so
very
much
worn
of like
out.
the summer break that I need, is I just need a day to sleep. So anyway, this keyword was sunshine. And so we did a random name generator. I am gonna put the picture in, but our winner for the You Are My Sunshine stitch is Linda Norris 2869. And I will tag you in the video. Linda, if you will just email us at lostourneedles@gmail.com. I will put our email in the description. But if you'll just send us an email saying that you are our winner and with your address, we will get that on the way to you.
Within a day or two of you sending us that information, I will have it in the mail.
Yes.
So she does the video, I do the mailing. So please reach out. We'd love to send this to a good home.
It looks like such a fun stitch.
Yes.
So congratulations. We love being able to kind of share all of the generosity that you guys have given us. Like this was a giveaway to us, or someone gifted it to us as 4 giveaways. So we love to get to kind of pass the stash.
Yep.
And then we never heard from our winners for the Witchy Washy. So that will be coming again. We're just gonna wait a little bit closer till fall now that we're in like full on like summer mode.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are seasonal stitchers. We're gonna wait towards the end of summer until we get into the fall stitchy mood.
Yeah, until everybody's in the mall for stitching. Although if you're like my youngest, you're a fall person year round.
My sister's making my mom a fall mug now.
It
has fall leaves and everything. I feel like we should introduce Julie at some point.
Can you see this?
Oh, that's showing beautifully in the light. Julie, you might have to start taking pictures with ring lights.
It's just gorgeous. Anyway.
And she left us.
She's going back to, she starts back teaching July 10th. So she needs to get all of her fall mugs done before she goes back because she knows she'll be busy for a while.
Yeah.
Anyway, just have to brag.
We'll have another bragging moment later. I'm sure you guys will. I'll just do it now.
Just do it now.
Teacher Appreciation Week was last week, and my sister found this cool idea for a mug that's both a composition notebook and a pencil. And one of my students was literally today was like, Miss Nelson, is that a notebook and a pencil?
Well, yes,
and I was like, yes, it is. So she wouldn't let me see it until it was done. So it's just beautiful.
Anyway,
and
that's my youngest.
And now back to cross stitching.
Yes.
So Mom, you had a FFO, which for you cross stitch newbies, which not too long ago, that was FFO. FFO, fully finished object. So it's a cross stitch project that you have finished stitching on and turned into the final object.
So I'd like to introduce you to my FFO. It's so the Forever in Peace.
Sweet Wing Studio, right?
Yes, Sweet Wing Studio, which I absolutely love this stitch. It was wonderful. And my youngest gave me the idea for the blue mini pom-poms around the edge, which just, I couldn't figure out what it was missing, and she suggested that, and it ended up being exactly what it needed. Anyway, so here it is completely finished, and I love it. And it's sitting over with a little tray with some patriotic, like little flag banner type things.
You can see its placement if you are on our Instagram, which is also Lost Our Needles. Mom has it kind of shown where like she displays it. It's not staged, it's how she displays it.
Yeah.
And then you also had another finish, didn't you? You finished the beach wavy?
Yes, but that was a fully finish.
I don't have anything but a finish. No,
okay.
I have not had time.
I've actually had 2 finishes, which kind of funny. So I think I mentioned, I know I did before, the Hands-On Design Wild Salt Air. So there are like 3 things in here, 4 things actually. There are 4 patterns in here. This, plus there's this, not a biscornu, but it is going to be kind of like a biscornu where it's square. And then
Is it like a pin cushion?
It's not a, what is it called?
A drum?
No,
That's a drum.
it's,
Oh, that's a spool.
It's meant to measure corners and stuff. Anyway, I'm just going to turn it into some kind of an ornament. And then there's a little spool. So you all know I was working on the I Dream of the Sea and Wild Solitaire.
If you watched our last video, you know.
You watched,
if not,
yes.
she was stitching on this.
Anyway, that's what I've been stitching on, and it is finished. So it is beautifully done. I love the colors in it. In fact, I like this whole set by Hands On Design. And I finished it with the called for colors on a 32 count Belfast light mocha linen. And it just, the colors show up beautifully on it. I'm just tickled pink. Probably turn it into a bit of a pillow. Anyway, so then I finished this, I don't know, not even a week ago. Well, probably about a week ago. And then I decided I wanted to do the little square because Nicole Spohr has been doing the Biscornu thing. And I needed to finish this because, as those of you who've watched our show, I can only have 2 or 3 projects going on at a time. But so I finished this one, and then I did the little square. It's finished stitching, including all the back stitching around it. So now I just need to work on getting it finished into a square. And I'm probably not going to have time to do it anytime till I get back from Hawaii, just because I have to do all the things to it. Are you
super intimidated by that?
No, I'm not. I am, but I'm not. I just watched Nicole Spohr's finishing it.
Okay.
And then I think it's Kathy at Hands On Design has a video on how to do Biscornus and stuff. And this isn't exactly that.
Yeah.
But they make it look
very similar.
Like we can do it.
Okay.
It's just being patient.
She's the designer at Stitch West in October.
I know. That's one reason why I'm so excited.
There might be a class that you can take with her.
I'm going to have it finished by then. Now that I've watched a couple of videos with it, I'm going to be intimidated the whole time I'm doing it, but they totally make you feel like you can do it. So now I'm just kind of anxious to get going and do a unique stitch.
How did Stitchers ever finish anything before Flosstube?
Well, they just framed everything. Like when I started stitching, I don't remember doing anything other than framing it. Maybe a bell pull. Do you guys remember? I mean, everything was just framed.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I don't know when, but since I've gone away and now come back, they've come up with all these neat ideas on how to do things. So
thanks, Flosstube.
I know, thank you. The ability to be able to share all of the things that we do and what to do with them and neat ideas. It's cool. Anyway, so I just love this set. She has another one to do that I'm probably going to do later, but I have a couple things I want to do first. So
very cool.
Anyway, so those are my finishes. And maybe I'll have them finished by the time we film next time. But
You'll
with
have time
my
after
sister
Hawaii.
Here, yeah, I'll have a couple weeks.
You
so
get home
we'll
from
see.
Hawaii and then I leave the next day, so you have that like week and a half or so.
So hopefully I can get settled in and get them done.
Very cool.
So those are my finishes.
And then I have a finish too. Yeah. So I'll have to insert the video. I'd pull it up on my phone, but we're recording with my phone. But I got home from like happy hour with my department and grabbed my stitchy bag and left, forgetting that my finish was in my craft room because I ironed it. So I finished All American. I'm going to insert it maybe over Mom's face. But I'm really happy with how it turned out.
It's way prettier than my face, trust me.
Not true. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. It looked really cute.
It does.
Like I wish I could pull up a video, like the picture to show you. If you might have seen it if you follow us on Instagram. But I'm just really happy with it. I have a couple other patriotic stitches that I'm excited to get going on.
Yes.
So I was glad to be done with it. I was like mad, like there was a couple days where I pretty much only worked on that recently because I was so close that I could.
You were trying so hard to get it done.
But it was definitely like a priority for a while. And so I finished that and I felt like this weight was off my shoulders because it was so close, and I'd set a goal for myself with Memorial Day, and I knew like we also knew we were filming a Flosstube, and we thought we were going to film it on Sunday, and now it's Friday. So I thought I had less time. So that had like my undivided attention for a while.
So you did it. Awesome.
I did it. It looks great. I have the frame again. I didn't bring it, but I got a nice like basic white 8x8 frame from Amazon that I messed around with it. I haven't taken even like the protective plastic off the frame, but it's gonna fit. It's gonna look really cute. So in our next video, my goal is to have that fully finished for you guys. So I will insert a picture if I haven't already. I'm really excited about that.
Great.
So,
okay, what else? What else have you been working on?
whips. You finished both of those, and so you don't have anything currently stitched, right? On?
Nope. Just what I'm gonna start.
I just have the Tiernan and
I should say, I'm sorry. I'm still working on the ghost ship, but I haven't made any progress since our last YouTube. I've kind of...
We kept her a little busy on Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day!
Yes, happy belated Mother's Day, yes.
We kept her busy on Mother's Day where there wasn't a lot of stitching going on.
So I haven't had a lot of stitching on that time, so I'm not going to waste your time showing it. It's the same as what it was last time.
So the only other thing I worked on is Tiernan and Darna by Niche Stitches. It's kind of basically what's coming out is the logo from the Fourth Wing and Iron Flame Imperium series. I've gotten like, hold on, let's see if I can maneuver this. This part of the wing done, and I specifically did it so now I can just stitch straight across here in the center section.
Mindlessly stitching.
Yeah.
But when you're tired, you don't have to think.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about it. I'm ready. My sister's still declaring that the next one's gonna be hers on a different fabric. So I bought the fabric for the next one, but I'm really happy with how it's turning out. I kind of want to get that done. I think that's gonna be one of Julie's calling it a rot day. One of the first days off from work where I have nothing going on. You just sit and rot. You read a book, you stitch, you don't do anything productive. You just rot. So
Stitching is productive.
Yes. But Julie's calling it a rot day and it makes me laugh. So we're going to call it a rot day.
I like that.
So that was really, and then she's not in here.
Are you sure?
Julie?
Okay.
She was in the chair. So quickly, between you and me, she has a birthday coming up at the end of June. And I found a
she loves this
pattern
series.
From Forbidden Fiber Company. It's called Absence and Desire, and it's a quote that starts the book's A Discovery of Witches, which that's not the name of the series, but the first book is called...
The first book is called Discovery of Witches.
Okay, yeah, so it's called Absence and Desire, and like that's the quote, and then it has like these astrological and different signs on it.
Which, if you've read the book.
Yeah, so I want to make her, she already knows what she's getting from me on other things because like it involves planning with her. But I bought the first type of fabric and it was too small because apparently Allie had brain fog and didn't pay as close of attention as I thought. So Mom had something in her stash that it's beautiful, like how cool. So I started it the other day and I got the first sign just trying to mark out the center. So not a lot, but one, how cool is this fabric? And two, I like had to, and here's the part where she can hear it and she doesn't know what I'm talking about. So I didn't order the Forbidden Fiber Co. flosses because I just downloaded the pattern. I didn't have a physical order. So I rated Mom's stash, I rated my stash. I pulled it out here somewhere.
It's a... Nope.
No. Where's the dragon ring? There it is. So I got these cool like floss rings from Handcrafted by Harvey when she gave us the dragon bag. And so this is 3802, I believe. Anyway, I found this, it's just DMC. And then Mom had flosses that were very similar in color. So, or actually I had this one. So it's DMC 824 and Fathom by Weeks Dye Works.
Which is a deep
blue. And then Crimson from Weeks Dye Works. Poor Mom, I completely raided her stash. She's not gonna allow me over anymore. And then this purple Concord. And like, so most of the writing is in this Fathom, but then Absence and Desire, Blood and Fear, and like Discovery of Witches is in these other colors. So I'm just really excited for how it's gonna turn out, and I'm gonna finish it in a pillow for her. Like, this is her hands down favorite book series. Like, she loves reading, she loves books, but this is what she goes to as like what she will claim as her favorite.
Yeah, she probably reads the series once a
Every
year.
Halloween. And like, it's a TV show that Sunshine or Sundance did for a while, but the TV show kind of butchered it. So I'm just like, I found like mom had a perfect fabric for it. I found colors. I'm so excited. And so that's kind of like my secret stitch. I was over for Mother's Day, and I'm literally trying to talk to mom about this. I was like, because I don't have the fabric, I don't have the flosses, and Julie is there the whole time. And she kind of checks out when we start talking about cross stitching, like, but at the same time, I was like, she knows everything else she's getting from me. I'm trying to keep this one thing a surprise. So with that, this is the last time I'm allowed to talk about it at this house. Next time we're filming, it's gonna be like a week before her birthday. So I better have it done, otherwise I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
But I think once I can actually sit down and stitch it, it's gonna go by pretty quick.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a hard stitch.
So that's my new start. Do you have a new start? You had a new start and finish.
Yeah, I had a new start and a new finish, and I'm going to start the third piece in the project. But other than that,
okay. So haul and then plans.
How about plans and haul?
Plans and haul.
Okay. So I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do the third piece in the Wild Saltaire. But I also want to get started on the Tidy Modernist Summer Sal, their Sweet Summer Part 1, which is this cute little summer. I think I'm going to do the whole thing. And the 1st of May, 1st of June, 1st of July, they release the new pieces. So I think I'm going to start that. And I was going to do it on like a grayish fabric, but then let's just talk about the haul.
Okay, so it's going to be tied in with haul. So Forbidden Fiber Co. I got their monthly fabric. This is the last time I'm getting Lugana. But Leann at Forbidden Fiber Co. nailed it this month. It's called Mermaid. And so this is the last month I'm getting Lugana, and I'm switching over to linen. But look at nope, that doesn't even do it justice.
No, it's just a beautiful, the camera can't pick this up. It's a beautiful pale turquoisey blue.
We change the light maybe?
No, it's just,
yeah.
It's
darker than what it looks like on camera.
You know what it looks like? It's kind of a robin's egg blue.
If we hold it up like that where it's backed up by something. I don't know.
Let's just see if we can get it thicker.
But anyway, I saw this and I gasped. Like, it's gorgeous. And
anyway, it truly is beautiful.
It's something like, this is the color that mom gravitates to. Like, we both do, let's be honest. But I thought it would look really pretty for her.
All the summer colors on there.
Like, with all the colors, do it on this.
Now, I'm just going to use the called for flosses. They're all DMC. So I'll have to get the flosses together and check it against the fabric just to make sure there aren't any appalling things that just don't go well with it.
Leann, you're killing it.
Yep. That, and then with Memorial Day and 4th of July coming up and just summertime, there are so many really cute patriotic patterns out there.
The Camping Stitcher, Chris.
Well,
her new patriotic stitch that just got released.
Yes, Emily Call just released a freebie on her Instagram account that's just stinking adorable.
Anybody want to?
Hold on, Brianna Lentz. She's somebody I enjoy when she does her favorite patterns or whatever. She just did 2 videos. They were each about 30 minutes long-ish.
Her like 50 patriotic stitches.
Part 1 and part 2. And she had some fabulous patterns in there. Anyway, I had this cute one from Emily Call. It's called Uncle Sam. Let me take it out of the pattern. Anyway, it's just Uncle Sam with the flag. It's going to be a simple little stitch.
That is adorable.
So I'm going to just do him real quick. I enjoy doing small things. just, I feel a sense of achievement when I finish something.
I think the All-American that I did was like the biggest stitch that
Yeah.
I've finished.
And my other two projects, my pumpkin and my ghost, are large and will take a while. I'm going to take the pumpkin to Hawaii with me. But anyway, those are my projects that I think I'm planning on. I reserve the right to change my mind as many times as I want. It's my prerogative. So, but that's kind of my plans now. We'll see if I stick with them. So how about you? What do you got planned?
I had kind of went to town this week. I kitted up a couple projects. So one, I started that, kitted up that Absence and Desire. And then if you followed our channel at all, you know I'm kind of all about the Primrose Cottage stitches. And this is kind of so I went to the attic right after, not Tennessee, what's the Nashville Needle Market.
Well, and it was while I was...
Yes. So I went there. I was like, there's a couple things I want to pick up. I want to see if they have the patterns. Like, let's go. I don't have anything better to do. That's a lie. I wanted to go.
You wanted to go.
And so I picked up this Primrose Cottage Patriotic Quaker because I love their Quakers and I'm a U.S. history teacher. Like, this is my bread and butter. So I bought this, and the funny thing is then Mom bought the pattern for us too. So she's like, oh, I guess we each have our own now. And then, she bought me the finishing kit with the flosses. So I'm going to do the called for colors, and I just love them all. I'm super, and this is my first time using color and cotton flosses. So I have that kitted up. I'm excited about that one. I just need to buy the fabric for it. And then, so Handcrafted by Harvey. We've talked about her bags before. We're going to continue talking about her momentarily. But she just had a birthday stitch, and she was asking people on her Instagram, what should her birthday stitch be?
Were you voting?
I voted, and I said, hey, you should, one of the stitches was you should do the Erin Elizabeth American flag, and I'll stitch it with you. Because I already had the, like, one of the other things I got at the attic was, this was like, I saw this on everything, all the advertisements, all like the previews of Nashville Needle Market. And I was like, oh my gosh, I absolutely need to stitch this.
It looks a lot like my Forever and
That's what I thought. We're definitely related. And so she was like, this was on there. And I said, if this is it, I will stitch it with you. And so she's like, all right, let's do it. So she's already way ahead of me. I've been waiting for my fabric. It didn't come in until like Wednesday or Thursday. And Wednesday, because I got back at like 9:30 with a pounding headache. And I'm like,
I'm not
great.
doing it tonight. Yep.
The mailing packaging did not even end up in the trash. It just got left on my counter. That was Wednesday night. And then great salesmanship at the attic. She's like, the lady that was checking me out was like, did you see the floss pack for it? And I was like, I barely saw the pattern. Like they had so much that it was like behind another pattern. And so I almost missed the pattern, let alone the floss pack. So she comes over with the Dinky Dye silk flosses.
And you've never...
I've never done silk.
With silk. I haven't either yet.
And so in a very...
Allie moment.
Allie, that's not the word, like a very impulsive moment. I was like, sure, add it to the order. Let's do it. So I'm going to be doing it with the Dinky Dye silks. The fabric, I just got the called for fabric. I think it's a really cool, like modeled white.
It's pretty.
Like I'm really excited about it. It's like white mocha.
Kind of with a little bit of sand color in it.
Smoky white linen.
That's perfect.
So I'm going to do that. I have it all. So I really want to get started with this sooner rather than later so I can catch up with Lisa for her birthday stitch. Yeah. Happy birthday, Lisa.
Happy birthday, Lisa.
So I kitted that up. I'm really excited about that. So those are the two projects, and then Julie's birthday stitch that I just need to sit down and stitch. Yeah. I'm ready for...
You're ready to have at least a week of downtime and just...
I'm ready to have... Fourth quarter is always crazy. Like my kids took their AP test last Friday. Great news. They came back saying, Miss Nelson, I thought that was really easy. A kid, like, for those of you that don't know about AP, it's out of 5. I had a kid telling me that he thought he was going to score a 1, which basically means like he learned nothing. Like he felt that like, I came back to like, oh, I scored at least a 3 or 4, which is a passing score. So I'm just ready for like a lack of stress. So, haul. Oh my goodness, we're gonna go back to Handcrafted by Harvey.
Why, yes, we are, Lisa from Handcrafted by Harvey.
So, for those of you guys that have followed our channel before, Handcrafted by Harvey was the one that came out with this like dragon bag after I talked about Fourth Wing, and we each bought one of her bags. She sent us each another bag with a really sweet note just saying thank you for shouting her out. And I don't think it was us, but just like, she can't keep stuff in stock.
She can't, and she just came out with a new release 2 days ago.
Wednesday, yeah. The 15th.
And guys, her bags are so well made. I know there are a lot of you, I have ordered bags from other people that are all well made, but her work is just exquisite, and just the little things she does, she's just a sweetheart.
So, complete surprise in the mailbox, and it was just like, it was a rough week, and so it was just so sweet.
Perfect timing, actually.
Yeah. So
Allie opened hers first.
Yes. And it was this beautiful like water bag with a sea turtle.
Lift up so she
And
can
then
see.
And then so I posted this on our Instagram, and then just the beautiful fabric inside with this cute little like zipper pull. But wait, there's more. So matching fabric with a fabric bed, again, super sweet. I think this is gonna be great for those projects where you have just 1 or 2 floss colors and you're not trying. So it's gonna be great.
But the cherry on the top.
The cherry, the creme de la creme, the ring bling. She gave this floss ring. I'm gonna see, sorry about the crinkle, but I'm gonna try and pull this out for you guys. I later discovered when I messaged her on Instagram to say thank you, she had just taken a class on lace and like lacing. If she's a novice,
I can't wait to see her in a couple of years, what she's doing in a couple of years.
So it's a lace sea turtle with this like metallic-y opalescent fabric. How cute is this?
Oh my gosh. And I'm going to be honest with you.
Stinking cute.
I watched Allie open this up, and I love all things ocean. I mean, it just, anything ocean, turtles. In fact, where we're staying in Hawaii is Turtle Bay, because I'm hoping to go swimming and swim with some turtles. So she's opening this, and it's like, Allie, I want that bag. I want that bag. I'm going to get that bag. And she's looking at me like over my dead body, but I'm thinking I really want that bag.
But then Mom opens hers.
But then I open mine up. And not only is she a talented seamstress, now a talented lace maker, she's incredibly thoughtful. She's listened to our YouTube. She's heard the story about Drew and I. Our motorhomes theme was pirate and mermaids. So she happened to stop at a fabric store and found a yard of fabric. And she made this for me. It's a mermaid. And the fabric is, I gotta take out, it's got seashells all over it with little mermaids swimming around in there. Hopefully you can see it. It's just...
And I'm still thinking Mom's like, oh, Mom's gonna trade like sea turtles.
Yes, no. As soon as I saw the mermaid and read her little note, Oh, and she's a card maker too. Did you bring her pick card? Look at this. She hand makes her cards to boot.
Yes. With the sweetest note.
With the sweetest note. So there's nothing this woman can't do. But so here she included my ring bling. Oh gosh, no, I don't want to take it off quite yet. But look at this. A scallop clam in this beautiful sand colored, I don't know. Yeah. It's like, okay, never mind. I mean, I still want the turtle, and I'll get the turtle at some point. I'll buy it. But this mermaid and just the sweet thoughtfulness behind it, that she just thought of my story. And
her bags are just like so well made. I love the embroidery. I like the size of them. There's
yes,
room
they're
for
nice
everything.
Size. Yes.
So anyway, I was like on her Instagram trying to say like, yeah, thank you. Like, oh my gosh, thank you. We were having this conversation. And somehow I'd missed a couple of her posts because I look at like the last image she posted, and it was another project bag that she'd posted.
She just came out with a release on Wednesday.
So
I ordered one.
I did too. And it came in this week. So my life outside of teaching lately has been reading, cross stitch, and then I have a cat who demands attention. And so I was on Instagram. It's a cross stitch bag with a stack of books with a cat sitting on top.
And then show the fabric.
And then I got it. So I ordered it. I'm like, look at this. How cute is this fabric? So there's more again.
She's really enjoying the lace making thing.
And
she said.
Lisa, you're killing it with the lace.
Yeah.
Like,
so Lisa works full time, but she does this on the side. Just opened an Etsy shop a couple months ago.
Yeah, I think February-ish.
And for all of you out there that have discovered her and are supporting her shop, good on you.
Yeah.
I just
Handcrafted
love
by
her
Harvey.
work. She seems like an incredibly sweet person. Here,
I don't
her
think I have her
bag is
card with me.
recorded in the bag. She's very thoughtful. I ordered a project on Wednesday when her new release came out. It's the old boat, you know, that you always see deserted up on the sand. That's the embroidery image and then fabric to go with it. I was going to get the turtle one or the lemon one, but then I saw that
not super great,
deserted
but-
boat. Anyway, so for all of you who are supporting her, who've discovered her like we have, keep it up. I think she's in a good way overwhelmed by all of our support, and I'm sure it means a lot to her to get the extra work. So let's keep her in business, folks.
And yeah, I think 3/4 of my bags are now handcrafted by Harvey.
Yeah, and they're just exquisite. But I do have to say, I was on the internet the other day, and as I've said many times, and I'll say it many times more, I do love the beach and I like flamingos. We don't have flamingos here in Arizona, but I do love flamingos, and I have lived in Florida when I was in the military. And they're just fun. They're just playful. Anyway, so I was on trying to find a gift project bag for a friend of ours who's across, well, actually a friend of hers. She's her age, but she's become my friend too. So anyway, I was on this Joyful Stitching. She has a store on Etsy, Joyful Stitching, and she had a smaller bag, which I like for small projects, like a lot of my little ones. But it's a cute flamingo covered in
Did it come with the
floral
DMC
stuff.
floss?
Yes, and she threw in a matching DMC floss. Anyway, so she does, I mean, they're all beautiful work, and just those of you who can sew like this just so impress me. So just want to say thank you for Joyful Stitching too, and she also included a really cute handwritten note. But anyway, just so many creative, talented people out there that, and isn't it a joy to know that there are things in this world? You hear so much going on now about how mean people are to each other, and you hear stories in the community, and then you get into our world and other crafting worlds. I mean, I know book readers are, you know, the same way, crafters, you know, I'm a card maker as well. And just the camaraderie and the kindness and the thoughtfulness that people who create have in their hearts. It makes you realize, yeah, there's some pretty yucky people out there. They just need to start crafting. And I think there's suddenly 2 small hearts will burst open and be filled with joy and kindness and thoughtfulness. And
Yeah, because the Flosstube community is incredible. I love
yeah,
watching everyone's videos. And
the shout outs everybody gives.
speaking of that, we had to mention the Crow Stitcher shouted us out. So thank you. It was fun seeing your projects. Like, you should definitely go check her out. But yeah, just the support of the community. I love.
And just that that everybody is sharing their stuff. It's like we're not selfish and hugging it all to ourselves. It's like, no, I want the people to know about this creator. I want this person to know about this crafter, this seamstress,
Which fabric you use.
Getting out the smaller companies, not just all the big, large ones, which are fine too.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they've been the ones that have kept the business going for so long, even through dry spells. But I just love the crafting world, whether it's painting, whether it's card making, embroidery, cross stitch, seam sewing,
Acrylic cups.
I mean, I just think the world needs more crafters.
Pretty sure that's a sticker somewhere.
I think that's a sticker somewhere. Our politicians should all be forced to create with us at least once a day. They would be much kinder.
They need to learn
nicer
to
people.
craft with each other.
Well,
And
they
maybe
need
they'll
to
get
craft
along
with
more.
us first, so we can teach them how to remember. Anyway, enough of that. That's just my lecture on life. Just
Life lessons with Amy.
Yeah, life lessons with Amy, part 1,352 and a half. Yeah, just some amazing people out there.
So, and speaking of that, thank you guys for your support. Thank you for watching. I think that's
think
all
we're
we
all
have.
caught up.
Stitching was
Yeah.
kind of hit and miss the last
Yeah, it
couple
was a
weeks.
little less this week.
Mom's been eating up all the Bridgerton books. I think she's read the first 4 or 5 books in the last week and a half.
Just finished Eloise's
So for those of you guys that the new season came out, today?
yesterday.
Yesterday. Behind the times.
The first part. First 4
So
just came out
I
yesterday.
don't know when I'll get to watch that, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I love Penelope.
I haven't been able to read for a long time, and then all of a sudden, the past couple of months, I've just taken off again.
Same with the cards. It's very cool to see.
Getting back into the cards again, which is fun.
So yeah. Well, thank you guys. Again,
Thank you.
Linda Norris, send us an email.
Please send us an email. We'd
We are-
love to send some happy mail out.
Yeah. And for the rest of the world, enjoy the rest of your May. Mom's got a trip coming up. I've got it. Mine's not a vacation, but mine's a trip to Kansas City. I'm excited. I get to read essays, but it's going to be a learning experience.
And happy Memorial Day.
Happy.
For all of those who've lost loved ones while serving in the military, just know my heart is with you, and it's not easy. And I come from a long line of, we both come from a long line of military. I can't even tell you how far back it goes, so it means a lot to me. It's a big weekend, and we need to remember all the sacrifices made for the love of this country. And please, let's remember that. Anyway, have a blessed Memorial Day. Take time to remember why we have fun.
Yes. And we will see you June 12th-ish. That is the plan.
Ish. It's my favorite word.
But as my dad would say, it is written in Jello.
Yes.
So, see you in Jello-ish June.
Yes, see you in June. Happy Memorial Day, and thanks for checking in with us.
Bye, guys.
Bye.